right? And then done. I know how to leave, I just don't know how to start. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. If you want to see how I got this Polygel nail look, stay tuned. I'm going to show it to you right now. I have this nail drill I got from Amazon. Also, I got the Sun UV LED nail lamp. I bought this off Amazon as well. This is the Makartt nail Polygel nail kit. I got this off Amazon. It was like about $40. It comes with the top it off and the base gel, the dual forms. You're gonna start off with fresh, crusty looking nails. I got that covered. So it comes in. The kit comes with this tool that has like a spatula and a brush on the side. Here I'm showing you the colors. I'm going to be using white, clear, and natural pink. So you want to start off with sanding or filing the top of your nails. The directions, it has pretty good directions in there, but you're gonna be doing this so it has a pretty good foundation for the polygel to stick to. I pushed off my cuticles off camera. I also cut my nails, just because I don't like when it shows in the bottom of your nails when you flip your hand over and you see like your natural nails there. I don't like that, so I just decided I wanted to cut everything off. And here I am, just filing for the camera. There you go. Fresh sand. Fresh filing. I use a paper towel just to get all the extra dirt and everything out of there. Here are the dual forms. You want to find the one that covers your entire nail and also from sidewall to sidewall. You want everything to be covered in there. One thing I didn't do, what I rushed through, it was making sure that it covered sidewall to sidewall. But in the beginning, I was like, oh, this fits really well. As you can see, covers my whole sidewall to sidewall. Here I am just showing you another one. I like taking out all the forms that I'm going to be using prior to me starting with one and doing the other. So I recommend doing this because it will save you a lot of time. This is the base gel. You're gonna put it on your nail. Then you're gonna cure it. I cured it for about 60 seconds just to be on the safe side. Okay, so you're gonna run it under the lamp for about 60 seconds. I did the same thing for the other hand, just to get it out of the way. One thing I do recommend is that once you do this, it's so sticky you want to use a paper towel or a cotton ball and soak it in a little bit of alcohol. There we go. You're going to soak it with alcohol. All right, keep going. So to start off, I'm going to be using the natural pink nail and the Polygel. I am going to use this one for my pinky, and here we go. So you want to open it, put it to the side, make sure you take a little container and put some alcohol in there. That's usually like the slip solution that they tell you to use. It works, I think it works great with the alcohol. Then what I do is I dip my little spatula into the alcohol before I take the polygel out of the tube because it's more easy to work with. If you don't do this, your spatula is going to be so sticky because the polygel itself is way too sticky. It's so annoying to really work with, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty cool because it just works like a charm after. It took me a little while to get the hang of working with the polygel, but once I did, you know, I'm glad I found this on the internet. So you're gonna dip then you flip the little tool over, use the brush, dip it first into the rubbing alcohol, and then dip it on the paper towel because you want this to be damp, not soaking in the alcohol. Once you have your desired form, you're going to put it on your finger, whichever finger you're using. Mine just happens to be the pinky, the first finger I try it on. And then you're going to put it under the lamp for about 60 seconds. After that, you wiggle the nail form side to side and then pops right off. For the ring finger, I wanted to try out something different. So I used the clear first. Then I'm going to pat that down. Into the nail form, and then after that I am going to put in some glitter and make sure you pat the glitter down, and then you're gonna put it under the lamp for about 30 seconds because you don't want it, you want it to be hard but not too hard. And then after that you're gonna put the color of your choice. In my case, I chose to put white as my accent finger. One little problem that I had doing this with the polygel is that I was so into the fact that I wanted to have my brush clean and not sticky at all that I kept always going back to clean it on the paper towel. I don't know why that was such a frustration for me, was that I wanted to always have the spatula clean and the brush clean. I'm gonna go in with the white and I'm gonna set it in place to where I want it to look like. So you see my glitter was moving a little bit, but to me that was totally fine because I did want it in between layers. And then I went in with a little more polygel just in the areas that I thought that needed it the most, to be on the safe side. They tell you to worry about more like leave the cuticle area thinner and worry about just building the apex, which is the middle of the nail where you have that natural curve. You don't want that to be too thin because then you're gonna have brittle nails and they will break. Okay, so looks pretty good to me. I am now going to put that on my index finger. Come on, girl, show us on camera. Oh, there I am. Okay, so I tried so hard to make sure that it wasn't crooked or anything like that, so I would squeeze just a tiny bit. I know it seeps through the sides. Normally I clean it out with the brush. If not, when I cure it, because it's just such a little thing around it, it comes off with your own, yeah, like if you pick at it. This is just me showing you how it comes out with the dual forms. You just gotta wiggle it out there, and there it is. This is middle finger, same thing. Now we're gonna do the index finger. I've been doing one finger at a time on camera and then working on my other hand off camera. Because, you know, everything becomes repetitive after that. So this is one mistake I made here, was that I didn't really, you know, I just eyeballed it, the fact that I was using the same one for both fingers. But it turns out that, you know, one hand sometimes is a little bigger than the other. So this one came out a little thinner on the sides instead of being all full. But, you know, you live and you learn. Now I know to make sure that both of them, I only use one nail form for both fingers. Like, so if it fit in my index finger on my right hand, so I was like, okay, so it's gonna fit on my index finger on my left hand. So that's what I do. That's what I did, and I don't recommend that. I actually think that you should always go through each nail form on both hands and figure it out like that, because my sides are not perfect. But these nails lasted me about 2 weeks. I was pretty happy. And from afar, they don't look that bad. I'm making sure it's not crooked. You know how you go to the nail salon and you're like, my finger is crooked. And they're like, yes, your finger is crooked. It's not the nail, it's your finger. But guess what? It's them. Look at that. That's not crooked. Into the light it goes. So last but not least, we are going to go in and do the thumb. Yay! You want to be able to pat it a little more and then drag a little bit. You don't want to just keep dragging around because you might create some air bubbles, and you definitely don't want that. I did the dragging on the index finger and then I got some air bubbles at the beginning of the cuticle. So I went off camera and fixed it. I added a little more to the thumb. I felt like it was a little thin. So here I am adding more to the thumb. So here I am going to the thumb, making sure that I'm not pressing down too hard and that it's straight to my eye. And then you're gonna pop that into the, see, you can tell my index finger is not the best, but I did fix it afterwards. Here I'm just trying to show you what they look like. They are very rough right now, but nothing a little filing can't change. This is one nail. I'm showing you how it looks like after I cut it to desired length, and then the other one is a rough draft. So this is my cut up nail, and then I'm going to show you how I did the other one. Please don't do this. It's not the best idea, because once you start cutting into it, it can crack. So what I do recommend is that you try to figure out the size that you want to have before you fully cure it, because this becomes hard as a rock, which I'm very happy about, that the nail is that hard, but it's impossible to cut without, making a mistake. So here, see me struggling here. For filing, and then I'll make sure that I'm measuring, or that I'm eyeballing how small I'm making my nail, just so I make sure that it matches the other hand, But this is the tedious part, or the longest part. It's honestly the filing and shaping. After I'm done shaping it with the hand file, I go in with my little nail drill, and buff out the top part. I want a nice smooth surface. Even though the nails are shiny right out of the gate, when you take the dual form out, you want to file the top and just make sure that everything on the cuticles is all nice and clean. So this is what they look like after the buffing with the nail drill. After you clean it off, you're going to want to use the top coat that the kit brings, and you are going to do that and put it in there for about 65 seconds. That's what I did, just to be on the safe side. Ugh, look at that shine though. All right, once after your nails have been cured from the top coat, I like to go in with a little bit of a cuticle oil. Here I am using the Moisture Rehab from Sally Hansen. And this is what they look like. Shutting my stuff over here. So these are the finished products. Overall, I'm very happy with this kit. It's amazing. I don't even think I'm gonna go back to the nail salon. This is pretty cool. Again, I'm gonna link down the stuff below. So here are the nails. Take a look at my work. Look at that. Look at that. Girl. Dang. Oh, look at that. Shiny. All right, great. So that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Come on. Up. Bye.